Hi everyone, and welcome to another Griniflix Adventure 8 video. I'm Peter Zellums, and I'm continuing my autofocus adapter from manual lenses. I've recently, like in the last 6 months, gone into mirrorless, or the Nikon mirrorless camera system, the Z system. I'm using a Nikon Z6 right now. And in fact, I'm using a Voigtlander 35mm f1.4 manual lens. But something unique about this is that it's got an autofocus adapter. Megadap MTZ2 adapter. I've done a number of videos now and just testing it out in different scenarios and sort of working out the use case. And without a doubt, one of the main use cases that I'll have for the adapter is for these videos, for these YouTube videos. Using wonderful wide open lenses that give you a narrow depth of field and a lovely bokeh in the background. And yet it's able to autofocus all the time using the Nikon Z6 Auto Focus system. So all the different focusing methods and programs that you have within the Z6 actually work with the adapter to make these manual lenses autofocus. The last video that I did was using slightly telephoto lenses, 50mm, 85 and 90, with the Nikon Nikkor lenses, manual lenses, and also a Leica 90mm lens. I continued that test at my Griniflix studio with 35, 21 and 15, and that's what this video will be about, just covering off those lenses. Okay, so now I've got the 35mm Nikkor F 1.4 on, right? So that's with my glasses on. Moving back, let's see what's happening there. I presume it's got me in focus again. And then moving back into the subject line, and here I am. Everyone has to make their own decisions on how much they want to spend on photographic equipment. But why not reuse vintage lenses? Why not reuse manual lenses? Why not recycle? So it's all about the glass, it's all about the lenses. And then it's how you handle your equipment to be able to get the action. If you're doing photography where you've got a lot of setup time and you've got the time to do so, great. And you've got someone to help, but you obviously you don't need autofocus because someone can manually focus. But in video, where the subject is changing all the time, if you want to shoot that wide open, it's very hard to beat autofocus, and that's where obviously the Megadap comes into its own, and obviously brand new lenses that are already autofocus and manufactured that way are outstanding, like on the Nikon Z series, or any of the other manufacturers, would be Canon or Sony or Leica or Fuji. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the 35 f1.4 Nikkor. How does that look? Now we're going to try the Leica 35, and then we'll try the Voigtlander 35 as a comparison. The Leica 35. So do the same test. Move back to the new subject line, subject plane I should say, and then moving the subject plane forward, and here we are. I'm not sure whether there's any much difference in the bokeh, the little sparkle on the motorcycle there, whether there's any difference between that. Anyway, that's what it is. So that's the 35 Leica f1.4. Now we'll put on the Voigtlander 35 1.4. Let's have a look at that. So this is a Voigtlander 35mm f1.4. It should have captured focus, and it should be working fine. So if I move back, what is it finding me, or is it having problems? Hello. Hello. Is that better? Anyway, so this is the 35 f1.4 on the Voigtlander, and the adapter seems to be doing all sorts of weird things with the Voigtlander 35 1.4. If I do that, make any difference? Is that right? See, it's working fine now. Over there. Over there. Back here. How's that? Anyway, so that's the 35mm f1.4 Voigtlander. Out of the three 35mm lenses, the Nikon and the Leica seem to be the most stable with less focus breathing compared to the Voigtlander. The next lens we're going to be trying out is the Leica 21mm f2.8. Now we've got the Leica 21mm f2.8, and obviously it's a much wider angle lens, and hopefully it's got lots of focus area. Let's see how that's handling it. So if I move back a bit, back into the focal plane here, and you start to see all the environment with the 21mm. Obviously, if I'm filming in real life, I might come even much closer, being 21mm. Because I've got the 21mm, what I might do is come right up close. Let's see how it handles that. Right up close. So normally the Leica lens would only focus down to 0.7, so having the Megadap adapter, you can actually focus closer. How much closer? How much closer? See, right now I'm only 40 centimeters, 0.4 meters, so, which is much closer than what this lens would normally focus if it was just used in manual mode on a manual adapter or directly on the Leica camera, Leica body itself. And the grand finale, that's it. We're on to our last lens. So this is the Voigtlander 15mm f4.5. And I guess because I'm so far away now, I'm still the same distance as I was in all the other lenses, but theoretically, I don't suspect that the focus will change much unless it goes completely out of focus. Did it go completely out of focus here? It's gone completely out of focus. So I might turn it off and turn it on again. Okay, so we're back. And here I am. I'm guessing that it should be working fine. When the Megadap and the Nikon Z get confused or they're not working well together, the adapter seems to retract completely and just go out of focus. I'll come back around and get really close again. So again, I'm 0.4, 0.3? 30 centimeters away now. Now I'm 40 centimeters away. Does it adjust? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I'll go back to where I was. Back to normal? I'm guessing so. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. So what's the conclusion out of all this? I think the Megadap adapter works really well in the videos when I'm making videos, and I definitely will be using it. Now that I've sort of tested the lenses, I can work out which one's the most reliable from my perspective. I'd be interested to get your perspective. Have you even considered putting manual lenses and an autofocus adapter? Putting those together on your Z system, whether it be Z6, Z7, or whatever Z-mount Nikkor. So just finishing off, the Voigtlander 1.4 35mm lens. I did notice at the studio that it was sort of hovering to try and find the focus. Right now I'm using that same lens with the adapter, autofocus adapter, but I'm actually shooting at f2. What I found with the Voigtlander lens is that just going to that f2 gives you that greater depth of field, so it stops that hovering that was experiencing with the 1.4. When I was using the Leica 1.4, it didn't seem to have hover that much compared to the Voigtlander, and when I used the Nikon 1.4 AIS manual lens, that also seemed to be fine. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and my next video that I'll be doing with a Megadap adapter and test, and this might take a few weeks to do, is doing this focus stacking, both in landscape and also in doing macro photography, and seeing how the autofocus adapter works with the Z6 to handle the focus stacking and moving that lens incrementally with the focus to give you that variety of images so that you can actually stack it in Photoshop and create that huge depth of field. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Any comments, please do comment, like, thumbs up. That'd be all wonderful to have your support. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.